Welcome to online English class. In this session, in next 20 minutes, you will learn about the most important topic of English grammar, that is the rules of right form of verbs. I know that today's topic may bring up a number of questions in your mind, and I would like to let you know that I will discuss every point in my lecture today. Now look at the screen. Look at the sentence in the screen. Last night I dashed a nice dream. The verb is dream. And you can see a picture of a little child. The next sentence is I dashed you long ago. The verb is see. So, rule number 6. If there is yesterday, ago, long since, last time in a sentence, verb will be in past tense. So, the first sentence we can fill up with dreamed. Last night I dreamed a nice little dream. And in second sentence, I saw you long ago. Many years dash since his father dash. The verb is pass and die. You can see a picture of a grave. And rule number 7 is the clause present indefinite or present perfect plus since plus the clause past indefinite. Again, the clause past indefinite plus since plus the clause past perfect. So, how can we fill up the sentence? We can fill with have passed. Many years have passed since his father died. Okay. Now, another sentence. No sooner had I reached home than the rain dash. The verb is begin. You can see a picture of rain. The rule is number 8. No sooner had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object plus then plus subject plus verb 2 plus object, or hardly had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object plus when plus subject plus verb 2 plus object, or scarcely had plus subject plus verb 3 plus object plus when plus subject plus verb 2 and object. So, how can we fill up the gap? No sooner had I reached home than the rain began. The next sentence is they dash the school before the bell dash. The verb is reach and ring. Here we can see two pictures. Rule number 9. The clause past perfect plus before plus the clause past indefinite. Again, the clause past indefinite plus after plus the clause past perfect. We can see here the use of before and after. You know that past perfect tense is used before the word before, and past perfect tense is used after the word after here. And the rest of the tense is past indefinite tense. So, we can fill up the gap. They had reached the school before the bell rang. We saw them dash play. It's a picture of playing. Little girls are playing in a field. The boys wanted dash climb the tree. Some little boys are playing. They are trying to climb the tree. So, number 10, if there is two verbs in a sentence using ing with the second verbs or use to before the second verb. So how can we fill in the gap? We saw them playing. And the next sentence, the boys wanted to climb. We dash care of our health. Take. Rule number 11. After, had better, had rather, would better, would rather, let, must, need, dare, can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would. We use verb 1 in the sentences. So, the answer is we should take care of our health. You can do some group work. Rewrite the passage using right forms of verbs. Here is a passage. Here you can see some verbs, but the verbs are wrongly used here. You will correct the verbs using right forms of verbs. Number 1, Mita met Rita 7 days ago. And next, in this sentence, Mita went Rita's home to see her. She had met Rita's mother before she entered into Rita's room. Rita felt happy looking at Mita. Evaluation. Use right form of verbs in the following sentences. Number 1, I don't want leave this place. Number 2, my father come home yesterday. Number 3, no sooner had they come home than they see him. Number 4, the patient had died before the doctor come. 5, you should go home now. At first you will try yourself and I will tell you the answer. Number 1, I don't want leaving this place. Number 2, my father came home yesterday. Number 3, no sooner had they come home than they saw him. 4, the patient had died before the doctor came. 5, you should go home now. Now homework. Here is a passage. Fill in the gaps using right form of verbs. Last year, I visit one of my relatives' house at Sylhet. I went there by train. At first, I buy a ticket before the train come to the station. But I waited long time since the train come. Then the train came. Make a loud noise. It was a long journey by train in my life. No sooner had I reached the station than I saw my uncle waiting for me. Number 12. Would that plus subject plus could plus verb 1 plus object. Here is a picture. You can see some boys and girls are in their classroom. Would that we could read attentively. Look at the phrase would that and then could read. Would that plus subject we plus could plus verb one plus object. Rule number 13. After mind, worth, without, past, cannot help, could not help, with a view to, look forward to, get used to, would you mind, use ing with main verb. Here is a picture of a library. Some students are reading there. We come to library with a view to gaining knowledge. You can look gaining with a view to gaining. After with a view to, we shall use ing with the main verb. Number 14. Rule number 14. After have, has, had, having, get, got, to be, we use verb 3. Wow, it's a picture of a student. Perhaps he is going to his school. I went to school having taken breakfast. After having, you will use verb 3, that means past participle of the main verb. Having taken. Rule number 15. It is time, it is high time, I wish, I fancy, plus subject plus verb 2 plus object. You can see a picture of a paddy field. Some farmers are working there. It is high time farmers planted paddy. In this rule, after the clause it is high time, we can use the verb in past form. It is high time farmers planted paddy. Rule number 16. The clause present indefinite plus as if, as though, plus the clause past indefinite. Again, the clause past indefinite plus as if or as though plus the clause past perfect. You can see a picture of a girl, perhaps she is cooking. She behaved as if she had known how to cook. In this sentence, if the first clause is in present indefinite and the last clause will be in past indefinite, and if the first clause is in past indefinite, the last clause will be in past perfect. So the sentence, she behaved as if she had known how to cook. She behaved as if. Behaved is in past form. Had known. Rule number 17. After be verbs, that means am, is, are, was, were, use verb 3 in passive voice. We can see a picture of a bird. The picture is drawn by my friend. Be verb is and drawn is past participle form of the verb draw. The picture is drawn by my friend. Group work. Rewrite the following sentences using right forms of verbs. There are 5 sentences below. Would that I enter into the room. The patriot looks forward to receive his reward from God. Number 3, he is loved by all. Number 4, it is time you clean the room. Number 5, they appear as though they arrive from a distant land. Evaluation. Use the right form of verbs in the following sentences. At first, you will try and you will check the answers from your teacher. The letter is right. That means the letter is written. He proceeded as though I had not spoken. I wish I were a bird. You cannot help doing the work. The thief ran away having taken away the money. Homework. Use the right form of verbs in the following sentences. Number 1, the sheep was verb burn. Number 2, he behaved as though he verb be. I wish I fly in the sky. 4, it is high time we leave this place. 5, I got my meal to be verb cook. Rule number 18. If plus present indefinite tense and then future indefinite tense. Look at the picture. Some players are running in the field. The sentence, if they play well, they will win the game. In the first clause, they play well. It is in present indefinite tense, and in the second clause, they will win the game. It is in future indefinite tense. Rule number 19. If plus past indefinite tense and then subject plus should, would, could, might plus verb 1 plus object. If I got a lot of money, I would buy a car. In the first clause, I got a lot of money. I got. It is in past indefinite tense, and in the second clause, would buy. Here you can see after should, would, could, might, we use present form of verb, verb 1. Rule number 20. If plus past perfect tense and then subject plus should, would, could, might plus have plus verb 3 plus object. Here is a picture of a mosque. If I had visited this place, I would have learned new knowledge. Here the first clause is if I had visited this place. Had visited, it is in the past perfect tense, and in the next clause would have learned. After subject I, would have, should have, could have, might have, and then past participle form of verb. So, in this sentence, we see that I would have learned new knowledge. Rule number 21. While plus verb with ing plus rest part of sentence. And again, while plus subject plus was, were, and verb with ing plus object. In this picture, we can see that some people are reading newspaper. While reading newspaper, I got an important news. After while, we use ing with the verb. While reading newspaper, I got an important news. Rule number 22. Clause, first clause, past indefinite plus lest plus subject plus should or might plus verb 1 plus object. We can see a man, perhaps he is running to catch the bus. You ran fast, lest you should miss the bus. The first clause is you ran fast. It is in past indefinite tense and use lest. And the second clause, you should miss the bus. After the subject you may use should, might, according to meaning, and present form of the verb plus object, the bus. You ran fast lest you should miss the bus. Group work. Use right form of verbs in the following sentences. Number 1. If I were a bird, I fly in the sky. Number 2. If I see him, I tell him the matter. Number 3. While I walk in the morning, I saw him. Number 4. Walk fast lest you miss the bus. Number 5. If I had got a lot of money, I help the poor. At first try yourself and then you will correct the answers from your teacher. Evaluation. Complete the following sentences by using right form of verbs. Number 1. If you tell me before, I take necessary steps. Number 2. Had I possessed property, I establish a college. Number 3. While go to the fair, I met one of my friends. Number 4. I will not go out if it rain. 5. Go fast lest you fail to get reward. You'll try it yourself. Now homework. You can see 5 sentences. Use right form of verbs in the following sentences. Number 1. If he reads more, he pass in the exam. If you wanted, I help you. Number 3. You ran fast lest you miss the bus. Number 4. Had I been a poet, I compose poems. Number 5. While they play, the rain came. Thank you all. Stay home and stay safe and protect your family and your community against COVID-19.